y'all, it's your girl, Coach Christal. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. If you're taking a break from your desk just to jump into People on Purpose, we appreciate you logging in. And if you've never been here before, welcome to the Steps and Stages community. We just have a mantra that we open up every single event with, and it just says that a lot of things happen before this, and I guarantee a lot of things are going to happen after this, but I promise to be here with you now. Please be here with me now. As you know, or maybe you don't know if you're just joining us, People on Purpose is a podcast where I get to interview people who I know are not only pursuing their purpose, but are making diligent efforts to bring other people along with them. Now, I've had people on here from entrepreneurs to artists to therapists to people who are actually putting their gift into action in the world. And this morning, I get to have someone who I know has made the transition from artist to entrepreneur, entrepreneur to wife, wife to all these things. And she is one of the people who was catalytic in creating the career that I have had as a professional dancer. So not only has she trusted me to share her story here this morning, she's also trusted me to be her coach on the way to building something bigger and better. And so please help me welcome the founder of Don't Be Ashy, Ayo Janeen Jackson. Hey, Ayo, welcome.
Hello. How are you?
Good. So nice to have you. How you been?
I'm so blessed to be here with you.
Yes, listen, so the backstory, we're going to get into some of the backstory, but had it not been for Ayo Janeen Jackson's couch, maybe I would never have moved to New York and pursued a career in art. Like, there are so many ways that we intersect in each other's lives, and I just want to say out loud, thank you for believing in something that I didn't have belief in a long time ago, for expanding my belief in myself, and so it's an honor to be on this journey with you. Ayo, go ahead and tell the people in your own words who you are.
Okay. Hello. I am Ayo Janeen Jackson. I am a entrepreneur, former dancer, sometimes administrator in the art world. I started my career dancing with Bill T. Jones, Arnie Zane, now company. It used to be Dance Company. And I went on to dance with Ballet Prole-Chocage in the south of France. I then went on to dance on Broadway in Spider-Man. Soon thereafter, I pursued an MFA at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. So through that, my ladder has been somewhat of, I would see something that I was doing in Broadway and be interested in it. I was interested in, how does this whole show get produced? Mm-hmm. How do the creatives behind the scenes operate? So that got me into visual arts. Like I said, I went to school for it, but while I was there, I got to take my craft in dance and utilize that through the lens of visual arts, which meant I produced a short film that had dance in it. I also became very interested in Black female performers during a time when it seemed like there was total chaos. But what happened was, during that time of World War II, 1940s, the Black woman's identity shifted. I felt. Yeah. They were able to do more. They were able to have jobs. They had more independence. They created an identity around beauty that had never been seen before. Mm-hmm. So I always go back to that in my research and in the things that I want to create and want to be beautiful.
Yeah, we're at a similar time. Not only are, we see all these statistics about Black women being laid off, CEO positions changing, people being in flux or in transition. And it's one of those places where it's a space to redefine, right? Yeah. And so, one of the other things I want to just, I don't even know if you have some of it, but I do know that by following your career, during your time in in art school, you created like a mirror alphabet of people's bodies. And then remind us of what it's called.
So it was called Tar Baby Code. And the Tar Baby Code came from the African-American folklore called Brer Rabbit. And in that story, the Tar Baby is the central character because she's being fought over by two other characters, Brer Rabbit and Brer Fox. But she doesn't speak. She doesn't say a word, but she is, again, the catalyst for both of them to change.
Mm-hmm.
So I took that idea and created a font with my body, which I actually had created in Bill's company, and I used it for shows. He would say a phrase, and I would spell out that phrase with my body. So it became a pose, but that became a woven choreography with these alphabet poses.
Mm-hmm.
And then I used that later on in my career to create I used mirrored acrylic, and I had it cut out of mirrored acrylic, and I would put it on walls. I've been in several gallery shows. I had one solo show in a gallery in Indiana, which utilized this mirrored acrylic, and I like to use reflective materials.
Yeah.
Not only do I like gold,
Yeah.
but I like the idea of looking at yourself,
Mm-hmm.
being self-reflective, self-acknowledging, self-respecting, self-accountable.
Yeah. And it's interesting too, right? Because I think a lot of us, or a lot of people who have not given themselves permission to be artists in their own right, go to see art and they think they should get it, right? Or they should understand it. But this idea of using this reflective material allows them to see themselves in it rather than trying to figure it out. So,
right. So at least they have one entry point.
Right.
That what's funny is I actually had to give up a gig because it was in the South and they had problems with the name. I was like, haven't you guys been looking at my work this whole time?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was interesting, but I stood my ground, and whether it be for the good or the bad, I was not going to change the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that people are having a hard time with, in many different genres of the world and life, is the names of things, right? We are weaponizing language. We're restructuring language. We are using language for our own kind of personal excavation, but we're not actually communicating.
Right.
Right. And so in this way of people asking you to change the name of your work, it's really that they didn't understand the concepts behind it to start with. Right. And so where else have you run into some of these kind of glitches in your kind of artist entrepreneur journey where people are asking, like, what is this, rather than what is the purpose of this?
That seems to have been the biggest. I feel very lucky, very blessed to be surrounded by people who get me and then who produce me. That was the most blatant situation that I had with my artwork.
Yeah.
Now, from myself, I've given myself a very hard time. That identity shift from dancer to visual artist to entrepreneur was the most difficult shift in my entire life.
Yeah.
I don't know. They never tell you that you go through somewhat of a death of who you were.
Yeah.
But I didn't mourn it correctly. So it stayed stuck. It stayed stuck in my throat. And only until this year, I'm such a tenacious person that I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep pushing.
Right.
Did I have this sort of breakthrough? But it came from a breakdown. During COVID, I produced my short film about a Black unicorn and her shadow who resurrect dead Black bodies. And I was very elated and happy getting grants, but then I think I had a conversation with my mom and she encouraged me to get health insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh, shoot. And then, there was a year where I wasn't working at all, except for on this art.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh gosh, I have to get a real job. I have to get a real job. And I did. I was working at the Joyce Theater as the executive assistant to the executive director. And that was, I learned a lot there.
Mm-hmm.
I learned the business of art making, production of it from a really intimate perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wanted to grow. I wanted to know more. I wanted to make more money. And so I left and I started working for another job, which I won't name, but funnily enough, I was let go. And that was so embarrassing to say for so long, because I was like, wait, I know what I offer.
Yeah.
Why is this happening?
Mm-hmm.
So that only gave me the opportunity. It gave me the time and the space to really work on Don't Be Ashy.
Yeah.
And so I cleared my calendar. I sat here every day in my house and rebranded, because I had the same labels that I had in the beginning. And I just felt like this isn't really reflective of who I am now.
Right.
I'm older, I'm wiser, and I want the labels to say more than what I was doing. So that transition of needing and wanting a real job,
Correct. Right. Mm-hmm.
was part of that fear of taking that leap of faith. I did not have faith. I did not want to take a leap. I didn't want to change. I was stuck, and I was stuck in a job that I was good at, but also I knew I wanted to flourish more.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, in that position, there was just that was only that position that was offered to me.
Yeah.
So that fear really and needing health insurance. You do need health insurance. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I have it now, but boy, was that about 3 or 4 years where I was at a loss for words. I was like, who am I? Who am I turning into?
Yeah.
Will I ever feel that sense of freedom and liberation again that I felt when I was dancing?
Yeah.
Where my artist self can come to the forefront. I love making things with my hands. I'm as precise as I was when I was a dancer.
Yeah.
I was a little B word when I was a dancer, because I was so specific, and I would be looking at people like, that's not the
step. Yeah.
That's not what they had showed us. That's your version.
Yeah.
And so every time I come to make Don't Be Ashy, it's like a ritual. And I'm there by myself. I have my music blasting. I have a little tank top and shorts. So if I spill some on me, I can just
get moisturized. Because some people are hearing us say "Don't Be Ashy," but they actually don't know what it is.
Okay.
Let's just be clear. Don't Be Ashy is one of the most luxurious body butters. The scent, the consistency that you will ever put on your skin. I have it. I use it. Yep, I do. And this woman is the sole proprietor, founder, and creator of this amazing body butter. And the labels that she talked about earlier are pinups of African American women during the, kind of like a reimagining of African American female beauty in the time of pinup girls, right? Yeah. Do you have one with you?
You never see. Yes, I do. You never see when I was researching pinup girls,
Yeah.
the whole idea of pinup girls is that they were visual representations for men who are at war.
Mm-hmm.
As like a solace, peace, beauty, and this idea of beauty being somewhat of a savior,
Mm-hmm.
to me was like, oh, that's what Don't Be Ashy is. It's this savior in a jar.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do this a little bit later, but I'll tell you about this right now.
Okay.
Taking this time this fall, every Thursday I would send out thank you Thursday emails to past customers. And I reached out to Tiffany Cross, who's a former MSNBC correspondent, journalist. And I said, thank you so much. I would love to send you and your host of the podcast, the Native podcast, some Don't Be Ashy.
Yeah.
I didn't hear back from her, but then she bought some. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
A few months later, her people reach out to me and ask if I would like to partner with her. And I said, oh my goodness, what does this mean?
Yeah.
So she recently wrote a book called Love Me.
Oh, love it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'll just read. It's a letter to Black women in a toxic country, career and relationship. And I thought that was such a beautiful blend of ideologies from two different people, but we're having kind of the same conversation.
Right.
How do we heal? So I took that idea of World War II, being at war, and I created these VIP boxes for her.
Oh, love it. Yeah. Ashy. Yeah, love it.
So self-care, and right here it says the items that are in the box. So I'm going to do an unboxing for you.
Ooh.
And you can see inside.
Beautiful.
This will be sold at her events and is specifically for her VIP friends and family and whatever.
I love it.
There's a little sample of the lemongrass.
Okay.
It has QR code on it. There is a bar of soap inside.
Love it.
And wait a minute.
Oh, embossed on the soap. Don't be ashy.
Then there's a body oil, which I call Revolutionary Rose. Ooh. It is a rose, sandalwood, black pepper, and bergamot. I get downloads all the time to tell me what to put in these things.
Yeah.
We did a custom scent for her.
Ooh. Oh, I love that.
It's called Love Me, named after her book, and it is a jasmine, sandalwood, black pepper, and bergamot.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So the whole kit smells really good. I'm really pleased. I think she is as well.
Yeah.
And the partnership will drop tomorrow.
I love it.
Along with her book. On May 17th, I will be in DC at an event with her and Joyanne Reed.
Love it.
So I feel like I would have never had this opportunity had I been working.
Yeah.
And I feel like it didn't feel like it at the time, but it felt like things were being moved out of my way. I was being moved out of my own way.
Exactly. Y'all, I wanted you to hear something, because a lot of times when we start with the word artist or people hear dancer, they automatically stop thinking that anything pertains to them. And it's happened to me in my career as a coach. People go, oh, well, you coach dancers, you coach artists. And I'm like, no, CEOs, presidents, all the people who are trying to figure out how their gift actually comes into the world. What people miss when they hear artist and entrepreneur is that someone who let their imagination lead and created a life they love by following the intuition inside. Now, we did hear Ayo say, the breakthrough came with a breakdown. We did hear Ayo say, sometimes some of the stuff that I wanted to say was embarrassing. Some of this stuff came with the same hurdles that we find in every other industry. So if you are in transition, just know that some things are going to have to fall away for you to actually feel comfortable in your new skin. It's not about you just counting a 1-for-1 match. Like, I was doing this over here, so I should be doing this over there. At Steps and Stages, we don't should on each other and we don't should on other people. Okay. So take out the should and really create the can do mentality of following your intuition, because this is another example of everything someone loves turning into a collaboration and a stepping stone and an evolution into a career that has to happen by building, not just by doing. I'm excited.
Woo, me too. I'm
Yes.
really excited. I'm excited to spread my message. I'm excited to build upon the things that I actually was thinking about in grad school. So
Yeah.
grad school for me was a real turning point.
Mm-hmm.
We were introduced to a lot of reading, a lot of writing. So
yeah.
Through all of that, I wrote my thesis, and my thesis, I think, is the through line of who I am
Mm-hmm.
in life.
Yeah.
That was to take a little bit of the pain and oppressive and racist history and use it as kind of an inoculation,
Mm-hmm.
using like turning stories into fantasy. Like, okay, we could say when people imagine Black people in the 1940s, they are probably imagining people feeling looking beat down.
Uh-huh.
And I use that to imagine, well, what would a Black pinup look like?
Mm-hmm.
What would a Black woman look like in her full self?
Yeah.
Her using her beauty as a tool,
Yeah.
as a weapon,
Yeah.
as an armor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's what I've been working on, and this kit, this body butter is the commercial version of that artist response.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do I heal the stories and the people that are my family?
Yeah.
Stories that my family has gone through personally. The idea of segregation, the idea of that my parents were the first of their generation to be integrated into schools. But those histories and those stories not only follow them, but they follow me as well.
Right. Yeah.
So my intention and duty to heal it with a little bit of humor, a little bit of beauty.
But culturally, that has been our anecdote, right?
Yes.
Right. That has been our anecdote. And what you're doing is you're putting your vision into action, into something that's tangible. Because I think a lot of people in the age of the infodemic that we're in and all the information all the time and all the bad news all the time are really hampered down to see themselves differently, right?
Yes.
The idea of vision, the idea of seeing beauty in themselves becomes something that is commercialized rather than creative, right? And so you're really putting this at the forefront, or really at the fingertips of people who want to engage in a type of revolutionary soul care, self-care that puts them at the beginning of the story. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Hey, listen, I'm proud of you, friend. I'm excited. I mean, to know you, again, I sometimes think about my own life in that, wow, it's not about, I said this the other day on one of our platforms, like, we spend a lot of time chasing legends and wanting to be like them, but we forget that the people around us are the legendary people in our story. And for us to be able to, we might not get to pick who the world deems as famous, but we do get to pick our friends. And I'm so grateful for you as a friend, to be able to see you grow, to be able to have you as a stepping stone of my own evolution. And then just to be able to say, Yeah, and she's doing this thing with Tiffany Cross. I don't know if you know, but my friend, that's my friend's box over there. You know, just really understanding the magnitude of the communities that we are in rather than always trying to be in someone else's room or community.
Right. Well, for me, the connection that I had with you felt immediate at American Dance Festival.
Yeah, way back in the day, guys.
Yeah. It's rare that you meet people who are light, but like sturdy.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm a light too, but I can be flickering.
Yeah.
And you felt like home base, and you were understanding. You were also willing to look through my glasses, often that were kind of weird, and support the vision. I think you've always been supportive of visions and visionaries. So I appreciated that.
Yeah.
The art world, the dance world can get very dicey sometimes in terms of people reaching for things that just aren't for them.
Yeah.
And so the energy is off often, but we're also utilizing our bodies to tell stories. But if the energy is off and you're trying to tell a story through that, it can come out muddled. And truths become untruths. I'm talking about stories not just on stage, but off stage as well. So I appreciated having someone like you in my life who has been around for this long.
Yeah. Thanks, friend.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all, this is why we have this podcast, right? There are people living lives that you might not get to peer into, or that you may not understand are running parallel to the vision that you're trying to create. So if you're out there and you're in this rut, or you feel like you're stuck, you got to remember that you got to come in first to get that vision out. And you have to be willing to let go of some things. So thank you, Ayo. If you don't have some Don't Be Ashy, we're going to drop the link below this video. Go and get you some. I promise you, you will not regret it. And I want you to think about joining the Vision Circle. So if you don't know, you can jump over to thevisionzone.com. It's a monthly membership where we get to meet once a month with our visionary community and teach the tools of transformation and support each other as we're becoming the newest, best, freest versions of ourselves. So Ayo Janeen Jackson, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for keeping the world clear and buttery. And we love your inspiration. Good luck with the collaboration, and we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you. Love you too. Bye.